Sawadee krap and welcome to Phuket Extra. I'm JP Mestanza and it's Friday, August 4th. The weekend is almost here, but first, let's update you with all the news you need to know. The first day of the crackdown on Patong tuk-tuk and taxis to use just a quarter of their taxi stands, well, it began quietly and politely yesterday, a big contrast to how this whole thing started. The lead up to the crackdown saw harsh words and mass gatherings, but efforts amounted to little more than warnings and explanations of the new parking regulations yesterday. The tuk-tuk and taxi drivers in Patong have to use just 21 new taxi stands instead of the previous 84 they were using, all in an effort to provide more parking space for the public. While yesterday still saw some taxi drivers defy the new rules with little more than a warning, military personnel who are leading enforcement efforts, they say they'll only be warning drivers for the first few days, until tomorrow, August 5th, then the fines and real enforcement will begin. For more on this story, visit thephuket.news.com. And a perplexing scene with conflicting accounts after the fact out of Chulalongkorn University, an incident that culminated with a lecturer putting a student in a chokehold. It all happened yesterday at the freshman oath-taking ceremony at the well-known institution, where students are expected to prostrate on the ground in front of a statue of university founder King Rama V. Despite the rain, university officials say that the students wanted to continue with tradition and raincoats were distributed to everyone. And they did prostrate, but one group of students refused and they began to walk out of the ceremony. That's when one of the students was assaulted by the lecturer. University officials say an apology has already been given and that the lecturer in question, not the student, was admitted to the hospital due to high stress after the incident. And would you have to change your internet service provider? That might be the case next week after an ultimatum was imposed by regulators who want to go after Facebook and YouTube. National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission is still trying to remove the final batch of nearly 1,800 illicit web pages on Facebook, YouTube, and other websites. But since they can't exactly go after those sites directly, they're now threatening ISPs like AIS, True, TOT, and CAT with legal action if they don't take action in removing those web pages by this coming Monday. Regulators presented the ultimatum at a meeting with representatives from the Thai Internet Service Provider Association yesterday, with MBTC Secretary General Takon Tantasit, the chief of digital censorship in the country. He's saying that ISPs must show, quote, appropriate reason, clarifying why prohibited content remains online. And stay right there, Phuket Extra. We'll be right back after this word. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. 1,000 stitches is what this man received after being mauled by an Asian black bear and dragged to its enclosure, and he's still in the hospital following the horrific scene at a monastery in Phetchabun. The incident happened yesterday at the Luang Pu Lamai Monastery when the victim, Phon Promlat, tried to reach out over the 1-meter high concrete fence but was pulled down by the bear. He was also bitten all over his body and then dragged right back into the bear's den, all in front of several witnesses. The man was eventually rescued and is now in ICU at a local hospital with deep cuts all over his body. Meanwhile, the bear in question was taken to a local wildlife nursery for care until they believe it should be released into the wild, according to reports. And though it has not yet been confirmed, reports out of Bangkok are saying that fugitive monk Pradamajayo has fled Thailand for Europe, all to escape charges of money laundering and receiving stolen goods. Pradamajayo was at the center of the siege by military and police at Wat Pradamakhaya, the biggest temple in Thailand, all for him to face justice in connection with the billion-baht Klongchang Credit Union scandal, though fellow monks and parishioners saw to it that authorities never caught the man. Now, reports are saying that the monk has escaped, and the Department of Special Investigation, Thailand's equivalent to the FBI, they're tasked with finding out if that's true, with a big crackdown coming to those who have assisted him if reports of his escape are true. And praise is being heaped on rescue workers after they successfully caught a 5-meter long reticulated python found on a plot of land in Talang. The python was discovered earlier this week by local villagers near Ban Muang Mai off Tepkasatri Road, and it weighed about 80 kilograms with a length of 5 meters, a big snake indeed. The animal has been handed over to Khao Pratel Wildlife Sanctuary for it to be released back into the wild. Well, that's it for Phuket Extra today. From all of us here at the Phuket News Center, thanks for watching. We'll leave you today with footage of this elephant bending down and prostrating to show respect to his close friend, his former owner's coffin during a funeral earlier this week. The 20-year-old male elephant knocked on the wooden coffin of his 65-year-old deceased owner during the ceremony in Suratani, all in front of grieving family and friends. We'll be back on Monday with all the news you missed over the weekend. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Buongiorno.
Bonjour.
Hey!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Buenos dias.
Nin hao.
Здравствуйте!
Привет.
Guten Tag, ich spreche Deutsch.
สวัสดีครับ
We are ready to provide international medical service with warm Thai hospitality. Call us at 1719.